Alright, so we've talked about mythic points, what they do, how they recharge, and how they're intrinsically linked into fueling Mythic's flavor as a narrative-leaning subsystem, in which you're telling the stories of, like, the trials of Hercules and Arthurian legend. And the more you play into the roleplay dynamics of your character, and the more you think creatively, the more powerful you are in turn because of how mythic points recharge. When the inciting incident occurs that grants the party their mythic powers, you choose a mechanical calling to represent how those powers manifest and, to an extent, the role you play within the party, be it the thrill-seeking acrobatics calling, or the precision tracking and hunting of the hunter's calling, or the knowledgeable sage's calling. As we talked about, these outline an aspect of role-playing and your gameplay loops. The acrobat's calling has edicts: leap without being sure you'll land unharmed, and test your reflexes by maneuvering through the spaces of significantly more powerful enemies. So, you are the type of character that is often drawn to taking risky moves and testing your limits. Anathemas can cause you to lose all of your mythic points, but they're typically narrower in scope than your edicts are. Anathema for acrobat's calling, for instance, is just maneuvering around an enemy when tumbling through their space is a viable option. You typically would want to style upon the enemy and test the limits of your acrobatics abilities, so directly not doing that, or going through the efforts of putting safety measures on your acrobatic stunts, that's going hard against your acrobat's calling and cause you to lose all of your mythic points. But those are really avoidable, really. While you might be able to leap without being sure you'll land unharmed and trigger acting like you're calling in situations that aren't actually leaping, you don't have to go around making risky moves all of the time or risk losing all of your mythic points. And I'd like to reiterate, each calling comes with a set of actions that once per day, if you crit any of those, you recover a mythic point. It's not once per particular task, it's one across of them. So the acrobat might look for ways to influence the story in dynamic ways with using acrobatics to balance, maneuver in flight, or tumble through during combat. And each calling comes with something that will segue into me talking about a pain point of the Mythic rules. They give you a certain number of particular things. You can spend a Mythic point to roll straight up at Mythic Proficiency, not use Rewrite Fate to re-roll at Mythic Proficiency. These often are the things that you can refresh a Mythic point on a crit, but like Acrobat's calling, some come with an extra one.